What's going on, everybody? My name's Matt, and today I have got a Battlefield 4 tank video for you. In this video I want to talk about what I personally think is good about the tanks in this game and some bad points, and I've also got some information about some new mechanics. First of all, I'd like to talk about what I think of the actual game itself. Now, like millions of us around the world, I've been extremely excited for this game, and I couldn't wait for release day. I was straight on it at midnight. It's pretty sad, I know, but you know, what can you do when you game this good?
Oh my god!
Got to be straight on it. But however, there are a few sort of down points to this game. I know it's only early release, but you know, there are some things that they just shouldn't be there. For example, I'm sure a lot of you have experienced server crashes. I mean, that is a big thing at the moment. I mean,
that's right, he's no threat.
it's just not good playing a game, getting a lot of XP and you know, unlocking unlocks. The game's just about to end, and then the server crashes. And it's just like, well, shit. Well, you know, what do I do? And you lose it all. And it's just not really acceptable. I mean, I know DICE are working on a fix, and hopefully it comes out as soon as possible, because it's just not acceptable at the moment. And the second point is, I mean, I don't know much about this. I've saw this on another video, to be quite honest. But apparently there's quite a bit of lag, like, in the game. So, for example, you could be running into cover, and on your screen you'll be in cover, but you still die, and that's because on the other person's screen you would still be running into that cover out in the open being shot at. And of course that isn't good for anybody, is it? I mean, it's just not fair. That really needs to be fixed as soon as possible. And my last point, it's not as big as the other two, but you may have noticed it. I've personally noticed it. At the end of a game, when your XP's being, you know, counted up, after it's been counted up, if you like go to see your progression, I've noticed that you lose some of that XP, and I'm not too sure like what XP it is. I think it may be the XP you get from ribbons, at least a certain percentage of it. But that can be, you know, it's not big, but that can be annoying if you've leveled up. This has happened to me. I've leveled up, and then all of a sudden I haven't, because this XP has been taken away. And you know, that's no big deal, but that's just another little point. Anyway, that's enough of me complaining. I want to move on to some points that I think are pretty good changes for Battlefield 4. This is mainly focusing on tanks though at the moment. Tanks, they take much more damage from behind in this game compared to Battlefield 3. I mean, I think it takes 2 hits from like a rocket launcher from behind. I mean, that's pretty similar to Battlefield 3, but it does a lot more damage. And also, every class now has some sort of way to destroy a tank. For example, the Recon has the C4 back, which is pretty good. The Assault, they have the grenade launchers. I mean, I've seen it being done, taking out a tank with one of them. I haven't done it. I can imagine it probably takes 4 or 5 shots though to actually get it done. I've also heard that the support can destroy tanks with the air burst. I mean, again, I haven't done it. And of course, the engineer has the usual rockets and mines, and if you're brave enough, even the repair tool, if you want to get up close. Now, I want to move on to what I personally think is the main point of this video. There is a new game mechanic for the tanks. Most of you should know from Battlefield 3, you get unlimited ammo for the tanks.
Oh, fuck.
And now, in Battlefield 4, I've noticed, I'm sure you've noticed as well, in the bottom right corner, there is, for the main battle tank, for example, like the Type 99 we were using earlier, there is a 1 out of 4 and a white bar. Now, the 1 out of 4 represents the number of shells you have available,
Especially this one.
And the white bar is effectively a timer that shows you when the next shell will be loaded. I didn't know how this worked at first, but after a bit of research I found out that basically if you fire all of your shells off in quick succession, eventually
There's a tank in there.
you'll effectively run out until
heavy, but
that
his
white
back's
bar
facing this way.
reaches the top
Oh, no,
again,
I think it might
until it
turn
reloads. Now
Yeah.
this is pretty cool in my opinion. It will make you extremely vulnerable when you haven't got any shells obviously, but it's good
Oh,
if
I got
you're
him in
on
the
the
back.
receiving
Fucking
end of a
nice.
tank and you're being constantly bombarded like in Battlefield 3. However, now you'll have, you know, a bit of breathing room whilst this tank reloads again, and with that you can reposition, try and take out the tank or whatever. And I feel it will also introduce more tactical play with vehicles, like not just the tank. As you can see with the vehicle we're using at the moment, it's a similar mechanic. So, you know, you're going to have to conserve your ammo if you want to stay alive and not get destroyed. So, overall, I think Battlefield 4's going off a
Nice
very
one.
strong start at the moment. I mean, yes, there are those few points I mentioned earlier, but as a game, there's no denying it's
We got
one of the,
another-
you know, in my opinion, the best first-person shooter available. However, I do not recommend getting this game on PC
Nice
at least
one.
if you don't think your PC is going to be up to scratch to hold the graphics. I mean, you can get quite a low-budget PC to be able to run this game, but if you want to experience a full game, you might have to splash out a bit. You know, maybe in the £500-600 range. And you know, that's quite a lot of money just to be spending on one game. And I've seen gameplay of the console versions, and they run the game on really good graphics with 60 FPS on the new gen consoles,
I was
that
just
is,
thinking,
with 64
might as well
players.
see us.
So,
Oh, look at all the
you know,
tanks.
it's a good
Get
game.
out my way,
Doesn't
boy.
matter what console you get it
Oh,
on.
shit.
I think we're all going to have a great time on it.
Oh shit, oh shit.
And
oh
that's
shit.
pretty much it for this video. So, thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye.
Need them repairs. It's gonna go. She's down.